Hi, I'm Charlie with the Women in Leadership Body, Mind, Soul, and Business podcast. Coming here today to bring you this week's reading from the Path of the Yoga Sutras by Nicolai Bachman. This week we are in chapter 13, Samyoga, false identification of the seer with the seen. All that is visible clings to the invisible, the audible to the inaudible, the tangible to the intangible, perhaps the thinkable to the unthinkable. From Novalis, translated by Lama Govina. The science of yoga, as presented by Patanjali, presupposes a divine inner light of awareness that invisibly pervades the entire manifest world. Like sugar dissolved in water, they are two distinct entities, eternally joined so as to appear the same. Samyoga means mistakenly thinking that these two entities are the same. This basic blunder prevents us from connecting with our Purusha. Samyoga literally means confusion. If a piece of black glass representing the manifest world is overlaid on a piece of clear glass representing our inner light of awareness, our eyes see only black glass. The only way to distinguish between the two is to turn our attention inward and experience that which cannot be perceived by our external sensory organs. The concepts of time, space, and even language are qualities of the ever-changing manifest world. They do not exist in, nor can they be applied to, the unchanging conscious awareness. A clear and quiet heart-mind allows the deep insight necessary to connect with that true divine essence within us. A practical way to view Samyoga is as simply being too close to a situation to see it clearly. If there is no space for observation, we lack a proper perspective, which can cause suffering. For example, you found a spiritual guru who has initiated you into his lineage. After you practiced loyally and faithfully with him for many years, the guru's reputation comes crashing down as evidence of impropriety with female devotees comes to light. If you are so loyal that you believe the guru's claims that he is innocent instead of the overwhelming evidence against him, then you remain in the delusional realm of ignorance. Your perspective is so narrow that you cannot accept the truth and what it means. But the ability to separate yourself from what you are involved in and to observe a situation or event from a distance allows you to put what you perceive in the proper perspective. Avidya, the shroud of ignorance covering your inner light of awareness, causes Samyoga by preventing our heart-mind from seeing clearly. Thus, we superimpose the seer and the seen, empowering our ego and keeping ourselves trapped in the changing cycles of the manifest world. When the Purusha and Chitta are taken as one and the same thing and identified as part of the individual's sense of I, then the mental emotional affliction called asmita has reared its proud head. For example, if you think that you are your body, that you are your thoughts and emotions, then you are identifying yourself in an outer way, equating your I to a constantly changing set of objects. Once you recognize your divine inner nature as a permanent light of awareness around which all else changes, then the false superimposition of Samyoga disappears. Turning our attention inward enables us to gradually distinguish between what sees, Purusha, and what is seen, Drusha, or Prakriti. When the veil of ignorance is lifted and we observe the world exactly as it is without distortion, then Samyoga ends, suffering ends, and true freedom begins. Thoughts. An unbiased yet well-informed perspective is the best way to understand any situation. I can recognize when I am too involved in a situation to perceive it clearly and fairly. I will strive to step back and discriminate between impermanent changing events and the eternal inner light of awareness. Exercises. Think of a situation in which you were too involved to be able to perceive it clearly. How would it have helped you? How would it have helped if you could have stepped back and gained a more objective view? Meditate on your inner light of awareness in order to experience it as a separate, ever-present entity. Mix some sugar and some water and watch the sugar dissolve. Taste the invisible sweetness and think of that sweet, invisible inner light of awareness that resides in your body. Thank you for joining us. Please come join us on our podcast and on our YouTube channel, as well as all other social media outlets. The links will be in the description. Namaste.